Hello. I'm gonna get rid of this text for a second. Yes, hello everybody. We have 4 viewers on Twitch immediately. That has almost never happened. Except for I think for the fake subathon. Either way, hello. So I was gonna start today's stream with a bit. Whether it worked or not is a different story. But we have bigger news. Scott Pilgrim is getting a fucking anime education. I'm just happy it's new content, or just something in general. I was not expecting that. I have not heard anything about it. I do know that Ryan O'Malley has stated that he wanted to go back to that universe at some point. Whether it was new content or something, and that was years ago. So to hear that, I am very happy right now. I was not expecting that. To see that they got the cast back together is really cool. I'm excited to see it. It is going to be great. And they got Anamanaguchi back, it seems like. So, yeah. I am a very happy camper. Hello. Alright, select nozzle, select expansion, select soap. Lower tablet. Show dirt. Okay, that one's gonna be the important button. Sprint, strand, crouch, prone. Rotate equipment, aim mode. Place pickup, rotate, refill, clean, good. Okay. Oh, geez, my controller. Alright, we're on the floor for right now. You're allowed to vibrate as much as you want. But yes. After the abysmal news about Nexon and Iron Mace, I am happy to hear about this at least. Also, Coroner, I think got certification today, which is also very nice news. We are getting very nice news today, and I'm very happy about that. I don't know if she'll make a tweet about it. Usually she does, but I don't know if she's going to make it about this, which I might as well just say that. Yeah, she did get certification today. She was very worried yesterday. Yeah. She was like, yeah, you know, if I don't get the certification, at least I got the knowledge of the class, you know, which is always handy to have. But nope, she got it. She fucking got certification. Yes. Very good, very good. Also, it's been a while. This is hilarious. I was really focusing on cleaning this fucking car. I forgot to say anything. I'm excited to see how the Scott Pilgrim show goes. Because I like the movie. I have the comics. I got them back when I was a freshman, I think, in high school. Cats, you better be behaving, I swear. I think my brother has the updated ones where it's not just black and white, it's colored. And then we also bought the other works from Brian O'Malley. I think one was like Lost at Sea. One I read when I couldn't sleep like 2 days ago was called Seconds. That one's good. I like that one. I'm thinking of Groding Thomas for the Tyler should never go back. Oh, we got free stuff. Alright. Yeah. I think I made a mistake that night reading seconds because instead of like, slowly getting more tired as I read, I was just more like, oh, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Oh, what happens here? I forgot what happens here. What happens? So instead of becoming more tired, I became more energetic. And I refuse to read something boring. I will not compromise on that. Because all I have, I think, are just things that I actually want to read as books. And I've already read seconds, but it has been a while. The next book I'm going to read when I can't go to sleep is Uzumaki, so I don't know how that's going to go. Read the dictionary? No. During early Pride celebration. Yeah, be proud to be a mod, you know? Jim was always good when he was around, He just got the job done. Alright, so I am missing a few things. Yeah, mods are cute. Ah, yes. We're doing the old Reddit thing. How to subtly let your parents know that you like the same sex. Become a moderator on reddit.com. Da, da. Imagine liking people couldn't be me. Come on, get out of there. Get fucking out of there. You just don't deal with... Oh, pivot. You fucked up. As you might... I'm too straight, you bitch. You're at your place of profession. Alright, so I forgot to get these windows. There we go. Ah, there we go. There's the grime. Maybe up top still? Could also be the wheels. When you say correct, yes. As most mothers are. Oh, there we go. There we go. Is this the extraordinary Dr. Power Wash? Oh. I do like that little time lapse. Nice. Okay. Van looks fantastic. Told you be the fine under the grime. I've pinged you the $100 left over for what you gave me, so you should get you off your feet. Do you have transcode mod? Probably not. Oh, that reminds me. I at some point need to lower the quality of the stream to be something that's not 1080, but something that's still 16 by 9. One, so you can still get your 16 by 9 quality technically, but also so it's not sending as much information, so the picture will look better in general. And also just will send easier. Or 20k. No. So I will probably be doing that whenever I just remember. I can't believe I remember the word transcode. Alright, so we don't need that. We need this for finishing touches. No, that feels too weak. I actually like that because I would have totally forgot to clean up right behind me. Alright, here we go. Yeah, as you might have noticed, this week I didn't stream much, but I did get videos done. The goal would be to still be able to stream like 4 times a week and still get videos out. But the Chris video, that one, the whole reason that video exists is just because of the last like 10 seconds, I think. That's the only reason it exists. Because as soon as I heard about the release, like, the idea of the person who bailed him out is the notorious Pickle Man, who was from like 12 years ago, was just hilarious to me. And also because in that video, he literally starts off by, "It's been a long time, Chris." As if like he was fucking Wesker. Just his performance was fucking hilarious. I loved it. So I was like, you know, I've been thinking about this nonstop for like a day or two. I might as well just make it at that point if I'm going to be thinking about it that much. So I spent the morning that was released just finding clips. I didn't want any clips that were like that could be perceived as like making fun of him physically, I guess. I want more of the clips where he's just being kind of just silly or weird, you know? Nothing too extreme. Because like there's a lot of clips where he's just shirtless and like, and it wasn't necessarily what am I trying to say? I guess body shaming, I guess? I don't want to use any clips that can be received as body shaming, I guess. Like, I just want him being just generally a weird dude. Or individual. Yes. Finding clips on her was not that hard. Finding ones that I was willing to use, that was a different story. But the ones it was kind of nice how everything came together, just conveniently, for that video. Like, yeah, there's quite a few clips of Chris punching the camera. In a show of intimidation or just being frustrated in general. Hello, Dorothy. Hello. I especially love the clip where she has like like a fidget cube, I think they're called, where it's just a bunch of things you can just kind of play with. That's mainly for people who can't really like sit still or keep their hands, you know, still. That clip is when she said she was being possessed by like some magical girl. And she was showing off her power. And I think the way she was trying to do that was by showing that she could move the cube without moving her hand. And she did it. Except she did move her hand, so it didn't really count. But to her, that was like a show that she had magical powers, or she was trying to regain them, essentially. Alright, nice. Getting this side done. And then originally, so at one part in the video, you see essentially the skinny guy who looks nothing like Chris. That was Liquid Chris, and originally he was not going to be in the video. But I found it. I needed a clip of just like something of 4 seconds, and I was like, okay, whatever. So I was looking through some clips, and I saw one where Liquid Chris was doing the peace sign. And I was like, after like all like the punching that Chris Chan did, I should probably add this because I think the last clip I have of regular Chris or solid Chris was them like curling up their hand and then punching the camera. And then you get that same motion from Liquid Chris, but instead of it becoming like a punch, it's the peace sign. Showing the key fundamental difference between these two Chris's. Because one of them's a fucking doctor now. Come on, get that grime out of there. Alright. There we go. Alright, doggy door. Ah, yes, hello. I don't know how to read the name, but hello and welcome. Am I missing anything else on here? Yes, right there. Can't read, shaking my head. You're right, I can't read. Just like the people who enjoy Chainsaw Man, they can't read either. Riku's just like me, for real, for real. Why is Chainsaw Man just so fucking good? You know why? Because you can have serious moments, but you have to remember that people are dumb. You want to write a realistic character? There you go. You write these intense situations, but you remember that people are people, and that does not mean they're going to make the best of decisions. Oh yeah, my brother started watching Chainsaw Man, actually. He fucking loves it. He really likes Denji. He just views him as a really good dude. I've never made a suboptimal decision in my life. Fix no fix, please. I need to feel the boredom in my mind. Because Denji is just good. He's literally just a dude put in this situation, but he is remaining positive. Because, well, almost everything he's going through now is a step up to what he was living before. Oh, we still got some over here. Interesting. Okay. He also started watching Spy X Family. I think he's also gonna start watching 86 at some point. But he said like, wait. Spy X Family, Chainsaw Hero. I forget the other one he said he was gonna watch. One of them is 86. Maybe My Hero Academia? But yeah, he says so far everything he's watched he's liked, because he's going back to anime convention. He's like, you know, I might as well just get back in the spirit of things and just start watching anime again. I will not be joining him, but that essentially gives me the weekend to stream as to my heart's content. I just wish that, well, there's two things I wish. One, it was not next week, but the week after. And then two, that Dark and Darker was going to be in, having their public beta test, but I think at this point they're not going to have it. They're fighting for their fucking lives to make it happen, essentially, but I don't think it's going to happen. And then court cases, I don't know how fast it's going to be, but you know, from what I know from American court systems, it's going to take a fucking while to be able to get a hearing in or whatever. Unless they somehow like speed up the process where it's like, okay, just put us in the courtroom. So Dark and Dark, what happened is an employee worked at Nexon, and the pandemic happened. He had his own private server to speed up things. And then man was like, hey, don't do that. And he was like, hey, you know, we have deadlines we need to hit, and like we can't really do it if, you know, we don't have certain files or things ready. Can I put them on my private server? They're like, no. So come into the office. And he was like, oh no. He asked if they can come into the office then, and they're like, sure, that's fine. And then at some point, they weren't allowed in the office, and he booted up the server. He didn't get permission for it. But they knew about it for months, and they never told him, which at that point is security's fuck up. Unless security made the executive decision to say, no, they're fine, they've already done this, and we know what they're doing. But not much information has been given out about that. And that's the thing where... Okay, no, I'm just going to give you the story. No, my conjecture. So what happens is that was found out, and some other things happened that erased the trust, apparently, of that one worker at Nexon, and he quit. Or, he left. He was fired. And the game he was working on during the pandemic and all of that, he really wanted to release it. So he got a group of people. He said, hey, I'm leaving. Do you want to join me to do this? Someone said yes. They followed him. And then they started making Dark and Darker. And what happened was, about a month ago, Nexon said, hey, you know, this is an infringement on like trade secrets or whatever, an unlawful thing of trade secrets. And the main argument is that they would have never had the idea if he never worked at Nexon before, you know, to do a battle royale medieval fantasy extraction game. So so if you ever hear, you know, anyone's take on this, you have to remember that it's not necessarily the assets that's the problem. It's the fact of, would he have had this idea if he wasn't working at Nexon? Because this dude was the director of that project, now he's director of this. So, yeah, there's the problem. Would he have had this idea without Nexon, or without working at Nexon? Yeah, and apparently their trade secrets or whatever, their law is different from ours. Where here, apparently there's already been cases of, like, people doing that, people doing that, where someone has this idea, they kind of start working on it, but the company says, no, we're not going to do this. And then someone just goes, fuck it, we'll do it then, and they leave the company and do that. So yes, it is a lawsuit of ideas, essentially. But I think something that people are missing is that I know some people have tried to be like highbrow about this and say, oh, you know, like, you know, they could put it into this chat AI thing and say what a BR would be. But actually, no, I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say about that, actually. It was something... Fuck. I'm going to rotate this. Something highbrow about it. Huh. Oh, yeah. No. Oh yeah, the whole generic thing. When someone makes a whole argument about generic, all right, and they said, they put it into the chat AI or whatever, and it comes out saying like, oh, this is what it is. And it's like, yeah, but well, they had that idea. You have to remember that this is pretty generic, and that someone would have probably came up with this at some points. Because let's be honest, if the people at Nexon did, other people would have done it as well. Just kidding, a French guy. What do I do? You give him the pizza. You give him the pizza pasta. Tony's down the street. You go down there and have a conversation with him and tell him you stole the kid, the Frenchman. The Frenchman might not want to like it, but he's gonna go take it. You're gonna go do the thing, You're gonna go to Tony's. You're gonna go grab the mozzarella and you're gonna go tell the Frenchman what are you gonna do about it. Run for your lives. I will not be an accessory to murder today. So yeah. So this is why people have been taking this shit out of Nexon, saying, oh, they made up these ideas, and it's just... And they kind of have a point where it's like... A lot of these mechanics are trying to claim that, like, is in their games. It's like... Yes, they're kind of being a little bitches, Nexon. Where, like... Because the idea is, like, it's not that they made the idea of, like, torches being extinguishable, but it's, like, the idea of putting it together in a Battle Royale extraction game. That's the thing. And even that's kind of weak because it's not like they're doing anything truly special with that mechanic. It's just, hey, you can turn off the torches, But it's in an extraction game when we thought of that, and that's where it's like people are taking the piss out of them, and that's where some people want to be highbrow about it also, are kind of missing the point where it's like, yeah, you can say that's unique to them, but it's honestly not that unique. So you decide to take this mechanic that's been in games for a long time and add it to your Battle Royale game so that enemies wouldn't be able to see you as easily. That's not new. Yes, that combination might be something people may have not done before. But, like, in a medieval setting, the idea of turning off torches, so it's kind of like... It's not that unique. Because you have a game like Thief, where, you try to turn off light sources so the enemies aren't able to see you as well. You try to crouch so the guards don't hear you and, stop you from what you're doing. So, yeah, I just don't know. Like, I understand some people want to give Nexon, a fair shake, and say, this is why they're probably going to win. But I feel like most of the time they really miss the point of, like, the reason why people are riffing on them so fucking hard because of, the whole asset stealing and, saying, turning off the torches idea is because it just makes sense. Now, there could have been... Okay, let's remove Dark and Dark from our heads and say that there was a medieval-style fantasy extraction Battle Royale game. And their rendition, they could have possibly thought to not let you turn off the torch. That's entirely possible. Where you're not allowed to turn off the torches, and you kind of just have to deal with that the whole time. Like, that's entirely possible, where it's exactly like Dark and Darker. Let's say someone did make something like Dark and Darker, and they just decide you weren't going to turn off the lights, you weren't going to turn off the torches. And so I can see that as being like, yeah, like someone... So, like, that's kind of like in Nexon's core of, like, you know, here it is, you know, because someone could have made this game, but they might not have done that feature, though. And that's entirely true. They may have decided that, you know, you were just going to have those lights all over the place, and you weren't going to be able to turn them off. There's nothing you can do. And at that point, if someone else were to do that, it would just become the thing of, like, Genshin and its clones, where Genshin clones, you know, will offer some of the things that Genshin doesn't want to kind of do right now, because they're focused on other things. But people see it as a quality of life. And, like, I think Withering Waves is a good example of that, where they're adding in a lot of quality of life. And pretty much it has, like, the gameplay kind of even looks like Genshin. But what they're doing is they have their differences, and they're doing things that players would love to see in Genshin, but they haven't, or maybe haven't even thought of they'd like, you know? And that's kind of the thing of, like, you know, having competitors and, like, why competition is good, because then someone else will make something, and then they could improve on what you have, you know, while it's still being entirely theirs. But this is why this case is so hard, is because you do have the director from Nexon who worked on that secret project for Nexon that they never followed up on. And that's the other problem, was, like, Nexon dropped that title. Like, they didn't want to do it. And that's part of the reason why the director left, is because Nexon didn't want to do the project. But he did, so he left. And now he's making a game in the same field, competing against his old employers. And, like, he kind of knew what the game was going to be about, how it was going to work. So, we're kind of in the shitter there. Like, and the other problem is that apparently they've had a lot of talks about how things should be implemented. We don't know how far along the game was that Nexon had. All we've heard is screenshots. We haven't seen any video, and that's something we may not have for the public. It might be just for the court that gets to see that information. But yeah, to the public, all we've seen is a screenshot and saying, hey, you know, this is the thing we're doing. And again, they kind of just dropped it, saying we're going to work on a different project. It was only a month ago that they made the copyright to their P3 project, which is, like, allegedly what Dark and Darker was going to be. But the thing with that is, allegedly, the Dark and Darker staff, all of them, have had various debates on how things should be implemented in the game and how things should be done. Like, especially, like, the torch system, where it's like, how do we deal with, like, the brightness and everything on the game? So that means to me that, while yes, certain ideas from P3 may have been taken, P3 may have not been that far at all. Like, they may have made a few things, but they did not, like, really hash things out. It's like, oh, hey, you know, we had this idea, but it's like, how far along was the idea to begin with? And if it wasn't that far at all, and just a few basic things, and then, you know, the people at Ironmace who are making Dark and Darker have done enough to, like, advance or change it, because if all you have is a starting point, and, like, Ironmace has developed from that by a lot, you can't really claim much. Because, yeah, oh, this guy may have been the director, but if you guys didn't really have any ideas of where this game is going to go any further, can you really claim he stole from you at that point? Because then it's at that point, oh, we're going to make a game like Final Fantasy. And then your company would have ended up making something like Final Fantasy 1. But Iron Mace developed something like Final Fantasy 3. And I bring that one up because in Final Fantasy 1, you start with like 6 characters you can pick, you can get, and you're supposed to get 4 crystals. You know, the 4 elemental crystals or whatever. And there's certain, and like the gameplay between those games is very similar. The big difference is that in Final Fantasy 3, the story is very different. You're going after the 4 crystals, but you get jobs from those crystals. In Final Fantasy 1, the only way to really change your job is to advance them, which requires you to do kind of a secret quest later on in the game. Well, in Final Fantasy 3, you know, you have the class system where you get classes from various activities, mainly from the crystals, but also there's other ways to get jobs as well from some side quests. So you can give me the pitch as if you're going to make Final Fantasy 1. But if you make the game Final Fantasy 3, which, yes, does have a lot of the things from Final Fantasy 1, but is very different because of how you did things, you can't really claim that then. Where it's like, and again, I'd have to know Korean law to actually know the whole trade for different secrets. Even then, from like what I've read, if those 2 games were to come out, and all you had was the premise, and that's what the director really left with, you know, because him and his team, you know, talked about and decided to do these things, and Nexon decided to do this thing, you couldn't claim Final Fantasy 1 is the same game to Final Fantasy 3. Very similar, but very different. You understand where the things are the same. But I honestly believe you could not claim they are the same game, and that just because, you know, they had knowledge of this, they went and did something very different. I think that's a really good point to make. The Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 3 thing. Because again, the game has changed because of those talks they've had with the other staff members of Iron Mace. Because as they said, as someone has said in an interview, you know, they have debates on like how they want to implement things and how things should be done, you know. Do I need the powerful one for this one? Oh no, you still need clean though. Oh, you still got some grime on you? Let's do the more powerful one for this one. One of my... Oh, fuck. Oh, I can jump. Oh, fuck. I can jump high. Yeah, change the nozzle when it doesn't really have an angle. Gotta get in there. Gotta get that grime all out. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. Don't tell me it's done if there's still things to clean. I'm like, oh, okay. So it gave me this as clean, but it didn't give me the wall as clean. Okay, okay. I wasn't expecting this level to take as long. And like, I've been decently focused on this while also talking. Will we need the more powerful one? Nah. I just have to do a few. Few once-overs, you know? Let me actually give one of the other ones a shot. It really feels like it doesn't clean. And then it falls off right there. Then again, I think it's because we have the weaker gun, but even then. Keep forgetting it's R for me to rotate. I almost feel like this should be the default. Those, though, it did seem like there, from what I was reading from the menus, that there are levels where you have limited water, so you might have to go refill. So you may not want to have the spray and pray version of this. I like that. I like that. Oh, no, it's not colorful. It's just reflective. Would have liked it if it was actually those colors, though. Oh, I feel like my game kind of was jittery right there. Give me a second. I am trying to figure out what my frame rate for this game is. Oh, 56. That's not bad. Might bring down a setting or two. Yeah, let's do very high texture quality. Yeah, that's bringing me to a very consistent 59. I do find that weird where it wants to be at 60, but for some games when you have it at like a frame rate cap of 60, it wants to stay at 59 instead of 60 most of the time. Oh, look at that shine. That's a big difference right there. Oh, that's the clean you want to see. Is this the Dirt Finder General? Got your deals from Stern Harper Shaw. Is there an alleged dirt problem with the local playground? Okay. The oxygen's all creamy like a toffee pie on wheels. To drive it or to lick it? Okay, buddy. Calm down. Lick it. Lick it, you bitch. But the dream lives on. Oh my gosh, it's so clean. I feel like I could just eat off. That's what I'm feeling like right now. Oh, just give me a bagel. Just give me some eggs. I'll cook it on the car. And then I'll eat on the fucking dirt because it looks so clean. Oh yeah, give me that fucking bagel. How's the egg? All the eggs almost already done because of how hot the hood of the car is. This is the way the man eats. This is how he's supposed to enjoy his break. With God as his witness and the earth to sustain him. Good choice. I mean, metal chairs. These are easy to clean. Alright. How do you get the underside of an umbrella dirty? Why? Why would you do this, family? Did the umbrella not provide you safety and security? Was it not there for you in your times of need? The only time it wasn't there in your times of need was when you decided to not bring it. When you forgot about it. He never forgot you, but you forgot it. Oh, over here. Okay. And I have to remember to do the upper part. So then probably won't give me the umbrella cleaner until I get this as well. I do have a stool, so let me pick that up real quick. Nice and clean. Nice. All right, here we go. Yo, I'm gonna turn up the game volume for you guys because it's always nice to hear the sound going off. And then I'll bring up. Oh yeah, I didn't realize how low my own volume is. Give me 1 second, then I'll just you guys. You guys should be fine at that volume. I keep pressing the cancel button to turn instead of the actual button that I need to press for this. All right, there we go. Some of these spots just don't feel as clean as they should be. Oh, you were. Oh. Right, that one spray just managed to clean everything. All right. And that's the other thing where it's like sometimes the water's still on the wood. So I can't really tell if like it's clean in that certain area or not, or if I missed something. There we go. And I finally pressed R without really thinking about it. Nice. Oh, nice. I got the whole floor done. Very good, very good. You know, I see some marks down here, and then I spray up here, and for some reason it gets cleaned. I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, like there's some marks right here. Unless like there's a splash zone for the water, if it comes close enough, it'll hit it. Which I mean would be kind of nice, but I don't know. Oh shit, I may need to bring out the big guns for this one. Get in there. Get in there and purify the grime. Okay, so the pool should look around this color then. Got it. Here we go. I just remembered something. Not something I can share though, so I will keep it to myself and keep chuckling. Of course, the under the rocks. Of fucking course. I'm down enemy lines, man. I'm surrounded. I need support. Now let's do this real quick. Okay, seems like it's mostly under now. Come over here. Yes, I just saw some orange splashes over here. Then a bit right there, apparently. How are we looking? How are we looking? We got 4 stars, which is pretty nice, but I'm not quitting until we get everything we need done. Alright, that is done. Nice. I'm gonna guess somewhere right there. It says 90% of the fence is clean. Or is it just 90% in general? I guess at some point it'll just say, yeah, good enough, and then just kind of leave you to it. Because I know I saw some dots over there that I did not take care of, but it just gave me the clear anyways. Okay, so it is my overall completion. I was so good about that for a while as well, then I fucked up right there. Alright. Man, these stones really have a lot of nook and crannies to them that just need cleaned out. Alright, I don't even want to look at how much grime there is left on there. Not yet anyways. There we go, alright. Oh my gosh, I might just... Since I'm up so close, I might as well. Yeah, this is working out better. Excuse me? Do I need the hand of God to clean you? Yes, apparently. Ugh. Old reliable never fails me. It's just a bit of a bitch to use, but still. Alright, I think we can move up to 15. We'll still get the clean power we need. Oh, you know, maybe using the 45 won't be so bad, you know? Maybe it'll be okay. No, I think... Is there a difficulty mode in this game? And that's why I'm allowed to get away with some things like that, where there's obviously some grime left. But it'll just tell me it's all good. Right, then we got inside to deal with. I don't feel about that. Aha! Alright, I'm gonna bring my stool. Where's the fucking 1%? Oh, birdhouse still needs a bit. Oh, the handle apparently. This chair is good. This chair is good. Food shelf? Oh, on the doghouse roof? Okay. Apparently the doghouse roof isn't done? Apparently. Food shelf. Oh, I think, sorry, I got down, I think. Yeah, there we go. Everything else except for pond rim. swing sofa cushion, so I'm guessing kind of over in the side here. Might have bring out the big gun for this one. There we go. Control panel. Where would the control panel be? Now, where is the control panel? Ah. I feel like there's a part of this backyard I'm missing. Okay, so a trolley here. This is a trolley. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And where's the control panel? There we go. Do I want to do one more? Oh, I wanted to see that. Uh, I don't. I don't want style. I want more power. Ooh, I would like some of this stuff though. Oh, hello. How are you doing? I am doing well. I am just playing Power Wash Simulator, and I am just trying to figure out how to. Okay, here we go. Here we can buy things. So some things will not let me buy just yet. Oops, closing. You're doing alright? That's good. Alright, so I guess we can just go. Going pretty good. I learned that Scott Pilgrim versus the World, or Scott Pilgrim in general, is getting anime adaptation, and they got a lot of the OG people back. So I'm excited for that. I just realized that Nexon may not have as strong of a case against Iron May Studio. Let's see. Toggle washer, aim mode. Am I allowed to put that on now? I am from here in the good old United States. Moves the range, but cannot be used when close to surface. Yeah, that's fine. I have been streaming for 2 years now. It'll be 3 soon enough. Here's how you get the cone, okay. Don't know why you'd use that one though. Oh, this one goes fucking wild. I stream whatever I feel like at the moment. It has been Fallout 4. So that's pretty much the last time I'm gonna ever stream that game. I've been just kind of doing everything I want to in that game. Trying to see what all the mods are about that I've been downloading. And just trying to have a good run. I'm not gonna do like the actual game ending, probably. But I will be trying out the DLC and all of that. And then some of the horror mods I've gotten. But next week it'll probably be Resident Evil 4. Because gameplay looks good. I don't like some of the changes they've made to dialogue. But it still looks fun gameplay-wise, so I'm going to give that a shot. I'm probably going to play it through twice on stream. Alright, let's not getting that good old-fashioned clean. Maybe from right here is better. Oh, it really doesn't want to come out. Alright. These wheels want to be really resilient with their dirt for no reason. Alright. Oh, right now it's not too bad. It's pretty okay. It is acceptable. It is starting to warm up, but then again, we are getting to spring, so it's not too weird. Hasn't been as cold as other winters, so that's nice. Alright, what does this want? Wait. I was just telling you. Brake disc, and then the engine. Something about the engine is not getting clean. Yeah, there we go. I do plenty of things, but nothing I will talk about right now. It is a secret. A secret I intend to never reveal. Let's clean up this place. Yeah. Oh, you're a graphic designer. I see. Man, I really sure hope you didn't come here to sell me things, because that'd be extremely awkward. Because I'll have you know, today's moderator appreciation day. You know, it's a very sacred time here on this channel. No, thank you. You know, I actually knew a graphic designer before. His name was Jim. And yeah, he unfortunately couldn't really see his career through to the end because he died. Rather recently, actually. I think it's been almost a year now. Last March, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't say he was passionate about graphic design, but it's definitely something he wanted to do. But yeah, he's unfortunately no longer with us. Yeah, Jim was a good guy. He was there for me a lot of the time, and yeah, no, I've known him I think ever since middle school, and just having just knowing he's not there anymore, you know, it's a little rough. I was actually planning to gain a few things from him, you know, to kind of help him out, you know, build a portfolio, but things just didn't work out, and well, he's gone now. you know. I don't know if I can play this right now. I remember, Jim. I remember just before you passed. I was talking as if nothing, as if everything was fine. You know, he was struggling, but he was all right. And then just the next day, he was gone. He wanted to make his mark in the world, and he never got to. All right, he never got to. I just want. I just never had to deal with those thoughts at all. You know, like you don't think about stuff like that, about just someone just not being there the next day, you know? And then it happens. And then the rest of your days become what happens tomorrow. Because, you know, people keep telling you to live in the moment. And then you can't anymore. You're just trying to make it by. You're trying to keep your head in the game. You're just trying to figure out, all right, today's the day. I'm just going to do things. So with that, Ezra Ben, I thank you for coming here, but I'm going to have to just ban you. No selling here. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming to my theater talk. I hope you learned how to emote and really express yourself in a very realistic way. You know, people like to lay on the waterworks, but what you need to do actually is that you need to kind of build up to it and have your voice kind of break at certain points. You know, you're not in control really when you're crying. You know, it's just something that kind of like eats away at your throat, so your words kind of become mumbled. That's something you gotta remember, kids. All right, when you're trying to express yourself, you know, parts where you feel like you try to get this out there, you can't, because that's when those nerves essentially just kind of come up and kind of eats away at your words, as if you're eating your own words. But yes, Jim is dead. All for the better. Should I do a bigger nozzle? Probably. At this point, I should probably put on the line extension. Let's see. All right, there's better. Ooh, nice. Oh wow, that is a big difference. Holy crap. Nice. I'm gonna guess like in between these little cracks gonna be like one of the big spots, yeah. Fuck. Happy Mod Appreciation Day, everybody. I do my own work, so I celebrate me today. Nice, got the ring. Mr. VR, what are you doing here? Are you related to Mr. Worldwide? I'll have you know, I just recovered from an emotional episode, so I might be a bit unstable. Yes, how are you? Yeah, it makes sense. I need to go underneath for this. Biggest thing though is that from Britain. Hello, hello. Oh, is it? It's how late would it be for you guys actually right now? Would it just be morning, or would it be like midnight? So did I get all of this then? Oh, okay, so 6 hours. Got it. So, green one. Oh, not too late. I'd start saying like 1 a.m. is usually pretty late for people with how early they like to wake up. Working a 9 to 5, yeah, I'd say 1 is getting to be pretty late. But if you have class in the morning, I'd say 1 is decent enough time to sleep. Especially college classes. High school classes, I'd say midnight, kind of pushing it. Like, I'm pretty sure, even though I went to bed at 11, I didn't go to sleep until like midnight typically. Come on, do horizontal. Do these big motions. Still feels like there's a bunch of grime on this. Alright, so I'm guessing we won't get nothing more stressful than your first ever test. Yeah? Especially if it's a test that counts for most of your grade. Yeah, it is fucking rough. There's some grime over here. At least anything that'll contribute to the red ring's cleanliness. Alright, I think the ring itself is almost fine. I'll do a bit of this right now. Alright. Oof. Alright. Gotta get this. Alright. Important. Let's work more for this thing. Yeah. The stove. Rod. Ooh, this might be a rough one, actually. Hopefully this gets most... Yeah, I did. I did get most of it. Come on. Work that magic. You hope we get the clear on the red ring. Unless it's like everything on top of the red ring needs to be cleaned as well for that to count. Ooh. I missed a bit right here, but that's fine. I should be able to get this. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this map in time. Ooh, Power Wash Simulator. Actually really fun. Though I don't have much to say right now. Besides the things I've already said on like Nexon and all of that. Also the Scott Pilgrim thing. If I wear that, I'd go missing. Some people just have no taste, you know? They don't appreciate the finer things like a nice hat. That's A-okay. I'm here to judge them, and that's A-okay. There we go, nice. Alright. Wow, this dirt's actually kind of sticking on. Even with one of the more powerful hoses or nozzles we have, it is sticking pretty good. I do have to wonder what the point of this is because it just doesn't do the job that well. Like for a light clean, is that about it? Alright, we got that. Nice. The circle. Actually, let me see something. So we can buy cleaners, right? So what is this considered? Plastic or stone? I'd want to say stone. Cleaner pad. How do I buy a better one? Ah, here we go. Ooh, oh, I'd be like level 40 for that. I will buy this then. So, what are the main... Oh. I get a few things for that. Okay. And then we will go... change this out. So do I have to buy the nozzle for this now then? Yes. Oh, that kind of sucks. Okay. How well does this cut through it now? So I'm guessing this is just very heavy grime then at that point. So I probably shouldn't have bought the upgrades for that starting one. That was kind of probably a waste of money, but now I know. And what is my level actually? 16. Okay. Oh, so probably from the more stars I do, the better I can get of this. Okay. So I'll probably buy the upgrade for this then. Because it should take us a while to get to 40 stars. Yeah, no, this is cleaning pretty well, actually. I don't think I can use, yeah, I can't use cleaning liquids yet. Yeah. Good all rounder. Yeah, there is no downside to doing this one. Kind of wish I could see what these were, but it's not really telling me. Oh, wait. Okay, so let me see if I understand this then. So if I do this, okay, so my question is, why would I use this? Can the stains get much tougher later on? It's like by me buying like the professional style nozzle that for the liquid cleaner, like will it actually become super effective later on? Just right now, it's not that good. Like it'll scale better later on because, like right now, the grime is pretty bad. I was wondering what were we supposed to use that for? Now we have an answer. I kind of don't like the answer though. Come on, Mr. Dinosaur, just get cleaned already. Kind of looks like oil right there. Yeah, I gotta get under to get that fucking belly. Get a nice little clean over here. Ooh, gotta get that. Oh, wow. Okay. Guess I didn't really think about the base of the feet then for cleaning. Oh, yep, that makes sense. Alright. Oh, get nice. Ooh, got the green circle clean at least. Still missing some on the bottom of those feet. Ah, yeah, that's a big one right there. That's a big amount of space that needs to be cleaned. Nice. I actually don't remember. Oh, no, wait. I think I did get the yellow circle cleaned at least. All right, time to do the blue circle and then everything in the blue circle. I think at that point we're starting to get into the inner more parts of the playgrounds. Oh boy, yeah, we're gonna get into a lot of the cleaning over here. Oh, look at that difference in color right there. Oh, there's some heavy ground in this one. I use this for right now in the circle. Fuck, wrong thing. There we go. Get this place as nice and clean as I can. Everything on hold, my golf buggy soiled like you wouldn't believe. Oh, fuck you, Mayor Jeff. I have a job to do. I already agreed to do the public park. Fucking mayors just don't understand the work that goes into cleaning. That just reminds me of Portlandia. Fuck. The fucking mayor in that show. I almost want to recommend that show. I almost do. What a beautiful mess of a show that is. Nice. This is why we get the lawn extension. We're not going to worry too much because it's a little out of range. How are we looking? We are looking good. Oh boy. Alright. Oh fuck. Yeah, that's gonna be a little rough. So this is definitely plastic, so this is probably a use of the whatever it's called. Like I was thinking it would be a little more powerful, you know, because you have to spend money on it each time you want to use it. All right, there we go. There's the other dirty spot. Then top of this need to be cleaned. There we go. Nice. All right, so I will have to call it quits right there. All right, so it's saved. So thank you all for joining me. I will see you guys next Tuesday. And with that, yeah, thank you all for coming. Have a good weekend. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.